Okay, so in this battle, I learned something very important when it comes to Pokemon Wi-Fi battling. Think twice. Think twice. That can benefit you a lot when you're in a Wi-Fi battle, because I made a big mistake by writing down only 5 of his pokes without even double checking, and there was one poke who I forgot to write down, and when this guy actually first sends this poke in, I realized that it's too late, and I was unprepared and everything. I was not prepared that this guy even had that poke, and that's gonna screw me over big time. So people, think twice, double check, make sure you've done everything right, and if you're gonna select a move, think twice. What is the worst thing that can happen if I do this? What is the best thing? What is like the highest chance? What's more likely to happen if I do this? That can benefit you a lot. Otherwise, you can make these small mistakes that can cost you an entire battle. Like, I'm not even kidding. That has happened with me a lot of times, and that's oftentimes the main reason why I lose a battle. So. First of all, this guy's got to lead off with a scissor, and I'm like, okay, I know this guy's got to switch out of there, and I can just go for the U-turn and get switch advantage, but he stays in, goes for the U-turn after I go for the U-turn, and I'm like, wait, this guy knew I would outspeed him. Why did he stay in and go for the U-turn instead of just switching right out of there? I would have switched my scissor right out of there if it was up against a freaking Infernape. I would have not let it stay in there, because it is freaking times for weak to fire. I would have never done that. So, I'm going to send a Scolipede. It's pretty much just going to set up some spikes and stuff. And his Gliscor right here just going to go for the sub. I'm not really too afraid of this thing because I do have something that can handle this thing easily. And he's just going to continue going for the EQ and take me out of there eventually. As I just set up some more spikes, because spikes in this gen is actually pretty cool. You can set up more. Well, it's always been like that, what am I saying? But I actually kind of like spikes now. I've actually never used spikes that much. I've always preferred stealth rocks, but now that I see that how much benefit you can actually have of it, then I think I'm actually going to start using spikes some more, because it's actually pretty useful, So now I'm going to send in a Amogus. I do have HPS on this thing. He goes for the EQ, and he gets a crit, but it does not kill me because I'm a beast, and I'm going to make a nice play right here, predict a switch out into something that can handle this thing. I go for the Spore and its Ferrothorn, and the thing is asleep, and I do have Regenerator on this thing, so I can just switch out of there and get a lot of health back, and get to switch out of there into Hydreigon, and I'm like, alright, I know, I'm thinking like this guy's got to switch out of there because this is a terrible matchup for him. I go for the U-turn, and he stays in. I was like, wow, what? Why did he stay in? I could have just went for the Fire Blast. I was thinking he was going to predict that, but he does not. And I'm going to send in Bros before Hose. Going to go for the Flamethrower, and that's got to do a lot. It's not going to quite take him out of there because it's a freaking Ferrothorn. And, he's still asleep. He's got to switch out of there, which I did not think he would do because of the way he was playing before. He's going to switch out of there into T-Tar. He's going to get poisoned, but he does have a Lumberry, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to go for the Flamethrower again, hoping to possibly get the burn, but, that chance is just way too low, so I really wouldn't hope for that, so going to get some more left for his recovery, switch out of there, Interceptile, for, like, some dumbass reason. I don't know why I do that, but he's actually got to get the Dragon Dance. I was like, whoa. When was the last time I saw that? I mean, Dragon Dance T-Tar is not a set you really see too often in Gen 5. So, I go for the Leaf Storm, take that dumbass out of there, and his T-Tar is now dead. And I get some more life for Recoil, and he's going to send his Scizor this turn. And I'm like, okay, this thing can wall me. It can, 4 times resist my stab, and he's going to go for the U-turn this turn. It actually does quite a lot. I'm thinking that thing is Choice Bandit or something. So he's going to send his Jirachi, and I'm like, why did you do that? Why the hell did you do that? I'm just going to go with the Flabbers and take him out of there. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll take it. But he just sending his Jirachi and lets me kill it, I guess. I don't know, really. I was just really surprised at that point, So he's going to send in his Gliscor. That thing walls me, obviously. And I'm going to send in Hydreigon just to take that Earthquake because I know it's coming, And I really wouldn't mind him going for the Substitute because I do have the Dark Pulse, which can easily break the sub, So he's going to go for the Toxic, which I'm alright with, and I'm just gonna go for the Draco Meteor this turn, as he's just gonna go for the Protect. I think he's actually gonna switch out of there this turn into his Ferrothorn, if I'm not mistaken, but that thing is just gonna die to the spikes, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's gonna send his Ferrothorn, and that thing is just gonna die to the spikes. I do actually predict that, but it doesn't matter because you know, he's just gonna die from the spikes, and if I did not have the spikes up, then he still would have died because I predicted the switch and I went for the Fire Blast, you know. So he's going for the Bullet Punch with his Scizor, take me out of there. I'm gonna send a Larry this time, and that was a dumbass move. That was the worst move I could have done ever, because I knew this thing was choice banded, and I should have just sent in this thing right away. Went for the Flamethrower and taken that thing out of there, and that's gonna cost me big time, because you'll see later on what I mean. But I take that thing out of there and get some more left for his recovery, and he's gonna set in his Skeptic Tank again, which is his stupid freaking Gliscor, and I'm gonna set in Chicks Before Dicks, which is this Amoonguss right here, and I'm gonna get some more left for his recovery, and he's just gonna continue setting up some subs and go for the Protect a couple of times. Just kind of PP saw me. I was like, oh my god, not this set. It's a Protect. It's a substitute Protect, freaking Gliscor. I was just really annoyed at it, you know. So now I'm just gonna continue going for the Hidden Power Ice, as this guy's just gotta continue going for the Protect and stuff. And I thought that this was his last poke, so he was trying to make this thing last for as long as possible. And he just gotta continue going for the sub. I'm not quite sure why he just constantly does that, because I mean, it's pretty much wasting. I was just really asking myself, why is this guy continuously doing this? But then I realized, in a few turns, you'll see later on, but then I realized that he's got one more poke left, and I'm like, oh crap. I don't know what it is, because I forgot to write it down on my paper. And then he switches out of there, and he sends it in. It's a freaking Durant, and I'm like, crap, I don't have anything for this thing. I gotta be really careful. So what I'm gonna try to do right now is I'm gonna try to Spore this thing, put this thing to sleep, and you know, he's gonna go for the what's it called, Hoon Claws, but that really doesn't matter. I'm gonna go for the Sun Spore, make that thing a little bit slower, but he's got the freaking Lumber, and I'm like, damn it, that's not good at all. I mean, I could have paralyzed that thing, and I could have outsped it with my Slowbro, taking that thing out of there with the stupid Flamethrower, and you know, it would have been really nice, you know. But he takes me out of there. He one-hit KOs me with the Scizor, and I make a bad play right here. Send in a Sceptile as a fodder, and I should have sent in this thing. I should have just sent in this thing from the start, because this thing does have Regenerator, and I mean, I'm gonna load that with 2, take that thing out of there with the Flamethrower, and I'm gonna kill myself with the Sandstorm. I did have Sceptile left. I did have the HP Ice on my Sceptile, and I would have been able to outspeed that stupid Gliscor, and I could have been able to take that thing out of there. So that was very stupid on my part that I did that. I mean, like, small mistakes like that can actually cost you big time, and that's what happened in this battle. So people, think twice every time you make a move. I mean, that was terrible decisions on my part, and I should have just double-checked his team before I actually went on, and you know, I messed up the little Durant right there, and I was just completely, I was just not prepared for that thing at all. So people, that was today's lesson. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Leave a like rating if you did, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys